So we're a bit late. There's traffic jam. I'm sorry, guys. This is my weekly, like, dessert. The cherry on the pie. That's Rami. Sorry.
Beta village, and it was quite noisy with a lot of gas grenades, and it was not fun. But you know, these kids are so courageous, and I thought about, you know, we are talking a lot about David and Goliath. I think that this whole game is changed. David is not our soldiers, okay? So it was
no, not at all.
Intriguing thought.
Absolutely. Oh no, I thought you came to that conclusion already a while ago.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. No, we are Goliath. We are the bad guys in this whole story. But you came out alive.
Except for, you know, tear gas. I absorbed too much, but it's a small price. I mean, we don't suffer, the Palestinians
I
suffer.
agree. I totally agree. We go home.
We are there for 2 or 3 hours.
Exactly.
That's it.
And then we go home.
Yeah. Another offense.
Yeah. Another anarchist, man. Filled with anarchists here in Sheikh Jarrah. Here we have Mayor Baruchin. Look him up in Facebook. He gives faces to the names of the Palestinians that are arrested or killed. And while we're at the killed part, this week the Israeli occupation force killed an additional 8 Palestinians, bringing the total to 88 Palestinians have been killed so far. Now, I had a discussion, honestly, with a 10-year-old kid earlier this week. So I told him that Israel had killed so far 88 Palestinians. So he was like, well, I must have done something. So I tried to explain to him that their only crime is being a Palestinian. That's their only crime. Some of them might have wanted to maybe plan an attack, maybe some of them, but not all 88. Lots of innocent people died here. And let's not forget, the Palestinians that are rising up and standing up and fighting against the occupation, they have every right to do so. So 88, as far as I'm concerned, innocent Palestinians have been killed so far. Going a bit away from the noise. Let's get my glasses. At least 120 Palestinians were arrested. 16 minors, by the way, of the 88 killed Palestinians. 16 kids. In Jenin, 4 were killed this week, bringing the total on 37 Palestinians killed in just Jenin. Jenin, which is under Palestinian Authority, they have nothing to do there. Even so, 37 Palestinians were killed. During the attack on Jenin earlier, where 4 Palestinians were killed, 18 were seriously wounded, 5 critical. Now, one of the Palestinians that were killed was seriously shot from distance 0 while he was lying on the floor on his stomach with no weapons, and the Israeli occupation force found it absolutely necessary to shoot him in his head to make sure he's dead. So there's no judicial system here for Palestinians. They're being killed immediately with rockets. Fucking crazy. Over 50 raids by the Israeli occupation force on Palestinian villages. And those 15 wounded in Jenin is from live bullets, by the way, and rubber-coated bullets. And every day, I've seen a video, where Israel is demolishing a house, a factory, agricultural buildings, every day. Now, let's start, because we are in Sheikh Jarrah, let's start with Fatma Salem, received this week a demolition order for an additional room already on the terrace. And she has to demolish it, or they will demolish it within the next 3 weeks. This is happening while the decision about the eviction from her house is still in court. Even so, they got a demolition order on the extra room, which is probably the room of Fatma. Seriously horrible. And in Azul, demolition orders were given for 25 houses. In Jerusalem, while we're talking about demolitions, in 2022, 23,000 building permits were approved for Jews. 23,000. Now imagine, just take a guess, don't imagine, take a guess how many approvals were given to Palestinians in 2022? 3. To Palestinians in Jerusalem, building permits. 3 in 2022. Now, in East Jerusalem, I love this number because it is so insane. Since '67, in East Jerusalem, 55,000 building units have been approved and built. 55,000 for settlers. In all these 56 years, imagine how many building permits were given to Palestinians in the last 56 years. 600. I'm not sure if the 3 from last year are part of it, but it might be 603. Open in half an hour. You can go through here, no problem. Again, the army is here to protect. Settlers that took over one of the houses here in the middle of the street and are terrorizing the whole neighbors. Safayata, Said. I was in Said 2 weeks ago, trying to get to his land, to work his land every day. And that day he was arrested every day. The Israeli occupation force is blocking him, not giving him access to his land, arresting him, throwing out in the middle of nowhere. Figure it out. In Javia, also Safayata, settler attacked Palestinians and shepherds, and they tried to steal the sheep. Palestinians got wounded. There was no Israeli occupation force to protect the Palestinians. In Vidada, settler attacked Palestinians and they killed a dog. And at night they returned with soldiers, with the Israeli occupation force. And they took away the mobile phones, burned the taxi in the middle of the night, together with Israeli occupation force. Palestinian journalist, of course, was attacked. This Palestinian journalist actually was released after, I think, 18 months. In jail. Collective punishment for immediately. The entrance was closed for the whole village. Hebron, collective punishment for the old city where the Palestinians have to stay in their houses. Yeah, I know him from Tel Aviv. Both thousands of them. Collective punishment in Hebron. So that the settlers can have a march through the old town to show the thousands of Palestinians who is the boss in Tel Aviv, in Hebron. 800 settlers. Also 800-900 army troops. And the settlers are roaming the town. Roaming the town. Doing whatever they want. Let's just keep this one a bit here.
Heard you were almost shocked there.
Yes, I was actually.
You say it like this?
No, it was insane. I was seriously standing behind the dude. He was bothering my frame. So I went around him. I didn't want to stand in front of his frame. We were standing like this for 10 minutes. So I didn't want to get into his frame. No, one of the Palestinians filming. So I went down. I swear to God, 10 seconds later, above my head like this. And I was honestly like, holy crap. If I didn't just sit down, and not once, a few times, I almost got the feeling it became personal.
The helmet?
I was wearing tear gas mask. I was like,
Helmet!
fucking crazy. What is fucking crazy? Yeah. But you know, I'm still here, alert. All good. All good. Yeah. So, yeah. I almost got hit today. But it's okay because it didn't happen. I mean, I didn't get hit. So, all good. All good under the hood. I'm still in my bubble of protection. I'm such a protection bubble. When I go to these places. Now in the northern Jordan Valley, settlers took over a Palestinian spring that was used for agricultural purposes, and they're now turning it into an amusement park. Of course, just for settlers only. Taking away another water source for the Palestinians. Because they can. We can. During one of the raids in Nablus, again, Area A guys, Israel has nothing to do there. Yeah, I will take you later when I get home. So, the Israeli occupation force demolished a factory. This factory was working for 50 years. Was a source of income for 6 families. Including expensive equipment that was confiscated. That 1 week after we demolished 3 houses. And probably 3 houses from the family. They took away their source of income too. I got a heart. They're not כל כך סמוי. Okay, so Al-Arabi, my apologies if I totally say the name, pronounce it incorrectly, has been demolished for the 214th time. It's in the Negev. Seriously, not a lot left of the village, or the once tiny little settlement. 214 times. I think it's at least the 4th time already just this year, just 2023. A few more. Okay, Ahmed Mansour. The story just kills me. He was arrested when he was 13, together with his nephew, if I'm not mistaken. His nephew tried to carry out an attack. Ahmed got totally beaten up. He was arrested. Israel changed its law, especially for Ahmed, so they could try him. They brought down the legal age to try Palestinian kids as grown-ups, so they lowered it, especially for Ahmed, to 14 years old. So the moment they kept on extending, you know, the whole fucking shebang, by the time the kid turned 14, they brought him to trial as a grown-up. He got, I don't know how many years originally, has been brought down to 9. He has been in prison, he's 21 now. Well, actually for the last 8 years, but let's say for the last 7. He is since November 2021 in isolation. It's a fucking kid. He's in isolation now. His mental health is very unstable, so international organizations, countries have requested his release. Israel, of course, is not releasing the dude. No, what did they do instead? They, right now, this week, sentenced him to another 6 months in isolation. If you see his interrogation, it is just breaks your heart in 1,000 pieces. Seriously. And then we have Khalil above there. Hold on, is that somebody talking? No, break. Okay, 5-minute break. Excellent. Gives me time to Khalil above there. This is a bit of a story. He was in prison. He was being held under administrative detention. He was in prison for 6 years. He was in prison, total under administrative detention, 6 years. Now, let's say a year ago, he decided, more or less, he decided to go on a hunger strike against his administrative detention. At that point, he was already, held for, I don't know how long. After 111 days, Israel promised him to release him at the end of his administrative detention. He was on a hunger strike for 111 days. After 2 days, he started eating. After 2 days, Israel broke the deal, and he went back on a hunger strike, in the end totaling over 180 days. After 180 days, he looked like my grandparents when they were released from Auschwitz. There was nothing left, just fucking, skin and bones. That's what was left. Now, because of he was supposed to be released. They closed the deal, started eating, He was, of course, in the hospital. They brought him back to the hospital of the prison, and he brought with him a phone. So, again, back into jail, not being released, charges against him for bringing in illegally a phone into the hospital. So earlier this week his hearing was supposed to take place, but because now this is again, he was supposed to be released in October, we're in March, okay? So he was not able to get there. He might lose his ability to walk because of the results of the 180 plus days of the hunger strike. Now, Israel, so the hearing was postponed because the guy can't walk, and Israel refused to bring him with an ambulance to the courthouse. On top of that, they prevent his family from visiting him. So he's being held under administrative detention for 6 years. The guy goes on a hunger strike. We promise we will release him, and then we don't. Twice. Because we can. Salfit, 173 er ain't alive. No, ain't alive. Salfit, 170 trees were cut down. They were between 50 and 80 years old. 35 trees were cut down in occupied Palestine this week that were 35 years old. 30 sheep were stolen. This is all by little fucking shitheads. Sheep were stolen in Sheikh Jarrah. 15 dunams of land have been stolen. First the trees were cut down, then the land was cultivated, again by little shitheads on Palestinian land from the family Abu al-Sarur. So 15 dunams has been stolen, and little shitheads planted olive trees on not their land. And that's all a-okay, just stealing other people's land and planting trees. We see the same here in Sheikh Jarrah, by the way, in the garden of Fatma. That's her fucking garden, where Ben Gvir put his fucking tent, and where they planted trees a month ago. Same thing, and that's clearly a-okay. This Dean came with the number between 2005 and 2022. 92% of the cases where settlers attacked Palestinians were closed without filing any indictments. 92%. So 8% might have been investigated. The rest were just closed. Eat shit. That's what it is, guys. And of course, Israel decided to block the entrance of the EU foreign minister, Joseph Borrell, because he had said something negative about Israel's behavior in occupied Palestine. So he's not allowed to get into the country. I do hope, though, that every other country, including the Europeans, are closing the borders for Israeli ministers, like a Smotrich and a Ben Gvir and a Bibi and all the other ones. They're criminals, they're fascists, and they're fucking proud of it. And I will end this rampage on a happy note, if you can call it a happy note. Gallup's annual poll in the US, for the first time, the sympathy from the Democrats, the first time, the sympathy towards Palestinians is bigger than the sympathy towards Israel. The numbers are 49% are more sympathetic towards the Palestinian cause than the 38 that are more sympathetic with Israel. This is the first time ever. Change is coming. Change is good. It will be way darker before we'll get to the change, but it's on the way. Important to remember, of course, under the Republicans, the numbers are totally different. 78 are more sympathetic to Israel, according to 11%. But what can we expect? These are seriously hillbillies that are voting for fucking Trump. So what do we expect? Yeah. And of course, you know, I don't know, I didn't write it down this week just because it was late last night. I didn't write down how many attacks took place on Palestinians by settlers. Over 1,000 Palestinians are being held under administrative detention. Over 1,000. So yeah. Next week, Ramadan is going to start. I'm going to be unemployed. Thanks to Bibi. I will explain it later. So I will have lots of time to be in Jerusalem and cover all this shit. Let's listen to Sarah.
בבקשה להקשיב, בבקשה, זה משהו חשוב, משהו אני רוצה להגיד, זה חשוב מאוד מאוד מאוד. לפני 3 ימים, 4 ימים, שמענו, יש עכשיו הסכם בין איראן וסעודיה. זה הייתה מכה חזקה מאוד לכיבוש נתניהו, המושחת בביידן. ההסכם זה הוא חסך הרבה דם בעולם. מי עשה ההסכם זה? זה צ'יינה. כבר בסין 2 הם עושים מתחת השולחן ועכשיו יש הסכם. קודם כל המלחמה נגד ימן תעצר. זה דבר ניצחון גדול. הניצחון השני שהמושחת נתניהו שכל הזמן אמר אני רוצה לעשות תטביע עם סעודיה, אם אתם זוכרים, וזה הלך רץ בבחירות גם. עכשיו זה סתירה בנעליים בפרצוף שלו. דבר שלישי יותר חשוב, כל מישהו עשה תטביע עכשיו עם הכיבוש, עוד מעט תשימו לב יחתכו את זה כמו אמרת, בחריין, עומן, אפילו מצרים, אפילו ירדן. למה הכיבוש עבר כל האורות של האדום. עכשיו קודם כל המצרים הם חוזרים לסעודיה, מה שאומרים הסעודיה הם חוזרים אליהם. בירדן מה שהסעודיה אומרת הם עושים. אז הכיבוש נהיה לבד עכשיו בעולם. אפילו סמוטריץ' הלך לאמריקה, אין אף אחד קיבל אותו. הלך לצרפת, אין אף אחד קיבל אותו. זה הממשלת הימין הגזענית לא מקובלת על אף אחד בעולם. הם לא מקבלים על אחד מהשני אפילו. הם רבים ביחד. מעל הבית אומר משהו, המושחת אומר משהו אחר. אז מתי אני אומר לכם? זה הכיבוש זמני, ותזכרו מה שאני אומר. זה הכיבוש זמני עכשיו. ואנחנו העתיד שלנו. אנחנו העתיד. הם למשמלת التاريخ ואנחנו העתיד שלנו. אז לא, לא, לחביא, לא, לחביא, לא, לזוון. גנבים, גנבים, שומיות מפלסטין. גנבים, גנבים, שומיות מפלסטין. מושחתים, מתנחלים, שומיות מפלסטין.
Lovely couple is right now spending time in France with their Yeah, but you guys are all mixed. Synchronized. So, just to end this soon, also on a funny note, the Barbie girlie. So we went to buy me some Red Bull on the way. So we stopped at the regular supermarket in Hawara. There was this bus filled with kids that were doing some shopping. They were looking at us like, what the hell are we doing there? So I bought my Red Bull. When I walked out, they were like, yeah, free Palestine, free Palestine. And I was like, so they were like, oh my god, totally freaked out on us. Took pictures, the whole shebang. And then I took out my Palestinian flag.
1, 2, 3, 4, occupation no more.
Right, so I took out the Palestinian flag. They were like, oh my god, totally freaking out. And then they put it on my car. So we started driving, took pictures, started driving with the Palestinian flag on my car. Seriously, it took 10 seconds before the Israeli occupation force stopped us. I stopped earlier and took off the flag. Also last week I was stopped when I was driving in Hawara with the Palestinian flag out of the car. We were also stopped. So today stopped again down the road. We were allowed to continue but without the flag. Yeah. Because God forbid that Israelis or a Palestinian flag in Hawara. I can't take you now. I will, I don't know. I'm an old lady, I don't know how to do this. And my life, how to take you, I know that later. I want to try this. Just hope to stay alive. No. I can't. I can invite you, but we don't want that. So the next thing I cannot do later. They were also standing in Israeli. To get a bit more perspective, besides the 88 Palestinians were killed, so far 3,700 Palestinians, something like that, have been, and I'm, with my number, have been arrested. They aren't allowed to be here yet.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Yeah, without Oslo, they're not so much work. Look how quiet they demolish an extra dorm in our house, even though her eviction hearing is still open in court. Lots of looking the occupation in the eye here today. Maybe there's some of the regular and some good news. One of our after 110 days that he spent in jail. So he's here today. still some people here from day one. And every person that stood here, even once, is close in the hearts of the occupied people here in Sheikh Jarrah.
Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.
תודה רבה לכם. רמדאן כרים.
Ramadan Kareem. Yeah, next week Ramadan, guys. And again, I'll have lots of free time on my end. So that's good. Okie dokie. I'm going to find myself some food and something like that. Okie dokie. Should I wait a bit longer? Stay a bit longer.
اوكي حبيبي بكشة الشلاتين الجليم لتيجي بكشة.
That's so disgusting. Seriously, don't even want to hear this. Okay, I'm going to close. Can't deal with that. I don't want to do that to you guys. Okie dokie. Yalla, tomorrow evening. Kaplan looking the occupation in the eye. Block against the occupation. Peanut Da Vinci. Kaplan. Leonardo. Yeah. And again, remember, tomorrow, Saturday, Musafiriyata, where Saeed again will not get any access to workers' land like any other day. Musafiriyata, where 1,000 people are on the brink of losing their homes because we can. And with that, I'm going to end. Bye, Yush.